You're listening to BoomBox Weekly.
What's up, y'all? Another episode of BoomBox Weekly, and today we have the beautiful Dr. Natasha. She is a medical practitioner here in California doing the thing, and she's about to release her new book that we'll talk about. I'm Gentel, Sharrie.
Yes, and I'm new, and we are here with Natasha. Hello. It's a blessing to be here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming. So talk about, we'll get into your doctor, but talk about your book that's coming out.
Okay, so I have a book that is on pre-order right now, The Unbreakable Woman, Embracing Resilience in Every Season. That speaks volumes.
It does. Yes. I was about to say, can you give us a little, tea on what it's breaking?
You have to have a very strong story to be able to write a book about, and encourage people to be resilient through the journey. Exactly. You know what? I think it really does emphasize choosing faith over fear. So just that in itself speaks volumes, because when you go through this journey in life, there's different type of coping mechanisms that you have to actually develop, because this life, this journey is going to really throw you for a loop. You're going to have some unexpected turmoil, storms, and you have to be able to really have that bounce back, which is what I use, resilience, over and over in different ways and different strategies on how to approach that in life. But I use my personal stories, some of my personal barriers that I encountered through life.
Can you tell us one of your personal barriers that you've been resilient in?
Well, there were several. Yeah. But I really do talk about advocacy for autism. And many people are unaware of some of the things that I go through behind closed doors. I think that I do show a lot of my personality online, but people have no idea, what it takes for me to, really be able to travel and do the things that I really enjoy. But I have a child that was diagnosed with autism when she was just a toddler. And so I really talk about the day where I was first, introduced to this diagnosis, and that being a life-altering day for us. But through resilience, right? Because regardless of what you go through in life, it's a test, and that's how you develop your testimony. So I'm able to advocate and encourage other families about how to access resources, how not to be overwhelmed, how to communicate with your children that have special needs. They're special and they're unique. And you get to embrace every part of their development and their learning. It's unique and it's special. So that is something that I had to encounter in life, very unexpected, but with self-awareness and developing coping strategies and being able to access resources, I'm able to advocate for other people as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I love that you want to share your story, because I feel like autism is something that's very prevalent in the Black community, but not a lot of people want to address it or talk about it. So what advice would you give to someone who maybe is struggling with it and maybe needs some assistance, but they haven't really told anyone, that that's something that they're going through?
Well, I think it's important to identify the underlying reason why they're reluctant to accessing help or resources, because it's really key. It's really crucial to access early intervention. Mm-hmm. So I challenge them to be courageous and understand that it's really important to tap into your network and tap into people in the community and tap into your family. That's all about a part of safeguarding your mental health, right? Mm-hmm. Because you doing that alone, that's very overwhelming. So I do encourage people to not be afraid, but be courageous and be an advocate for your child.
Yeah, and you're an advocate not only for your child, but also for the people who are following you on Instagram. You send out positive messages about keeping your health in good condition and everything like that. Speak about what motivates you to send out those heartwarming messages.
I'm so excited about life. I really feel that my testimony is powerful. And I was raised in Detroit, and although California is where I reside, that's my address, but Detroit will always be in my heart. That will always be home for me. And coming from an environment like that, although the city is beautiful, there are pockets of the city where you encounter high crime rates or just some encounters that are challenging and tough. But being able to identify yourself as somewhat successful, because success is whatever you identify it as being, it allows you to encourage other people to say, hey, we are on the same journey here. We all want to be successful. We all want to, have that happy ending in life, or what we think happiness is. And so I just encourage other women that you don't have to succumb to your environment or be a product of your environment or set self-imposed limitations. And I just really encourage, tap into your faith, tap into God, have that faith, have that courage on your walk, because you're going to need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned growing up in Detroit. I was raised in Michigan myself, and I spent a lot of time in Detroit. So, shout out to the city.
Yeah.
I feel like there are a lot of people that want to do this because, there are so many talented people in Michigan and in Detroit, and I feel like there are a lot of people that want to bring their talents out here, but like you said, fear. A lot of people in poverty-stricken areas, when we grow up in those areas, it's a lot of fear. So what would you say would be able to help them shift their mindset from fearful to just like fearless, like I'm just going to go do it, because that's pretty much what you have to do when you do it.
Setting goals. And there are statements that we hear, but they need to actually resonate. So when you change your mindset and understand that when you do put your mind towards an accomplishment or a goal, you definitely can achieve that. But it takes determination and effort. You can't just wake up and because you're attractive and you have resources that you're going to automatically have that, that pathway to success. It definitely takes consistency. And so I encourage that. I encourage you reflecting on some of the things that are being a barrier for you on that pathway to success. But when you really get up every day and you have that faith, you have that determination, you have that encourage, and you're praying to God and you're really writing down your goals, but you're taking action, that is key. There's different recipes to being successful. So everybody has different circumstances. Understanding what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and then actually being strategic, developing a plan. So you can write those down, but if there's no action, you have to take action. And that is some of the things that I found that was very key. That was very crucial.
Okay, Dr. Natasha dropping the keys. She gave him the keys to the building, okay?
See, it's hard.
Literally. So we're going to take a quick break and give a shout out to our proud sponsors, 24/7 Live Culture. We are back on commercial break with BoomBox Weekly. So Dr. Natasha, she's in the building. She's in the medical field. How did you get into everything?
That's an interesting question. One that I'm asked often. There was numerous reasons that led me down the path of nursing, and it actually saved my life. Yeah, the nursing profession saved my life. And I say that because it really gave me a foundation. It gave me structure. And I was able to access financial stability through the nursing profession. And so although I know there's a lot of people that are glorifying like the profession, but I really do encourage people that want to go into nursing to actually really consider it. It's challenging. It can really be something that you really have to have a strong mind because of the curriculum is very demanding. But I went into the path because I had people in my family that were nurses. So I knew that, it's something easier when you can emulate what you see.
Right.
And I also had challenges with my daughter. So that really encouraged me to go in that direction, which is something that I always wanted to do as a child. So that was something powerful for me. I set those goals early in life, and I just continued on. I'm always wanting to, access different education and advance. I don't let grass grow under my feet.
She always on the move.
And I see you everywhere.
Literally, like,
Event 5. I know. 10. Yeah, so it's funny. I love seeing you in action. I really do. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Same here. Same here.
Yeah.
So you are, you own Care First Wellness. So tell us a little bit about that practice.
Yeah, so I launched Care First Wellness Med Spa, and I launched this because there is not a lot of representation for us in the beauty industry. And so coming from a city of Detroit and transitioning out to California, I noticed there was even less representation. And when you want to go and have certain treatments done to access different regimens, you want to make sure that you're comfortable in those decisions and that you're able to access a provider that understands some of the things that you're going to encounter due to your ethnicity. And so I personally encountered issues where you can have different forms of alopecia and after childbirth due to maybe like birth control or the influx of hormones that can cause alopecia. And instead of providers from different walks of life or different ethnicities, they might think that African American women that present with alopecia, they automatically think or go to the idea of them using tension on their hair from braids or hair extensions, and then they just label it as tension alopecia. But when a person presents with alopecia, it's very important to identify the underlying issues. So understanding that it can be from stress, it can be from hormone imbalances, it can be from different reasons. So finding out if there's any nutrition deficiencies. Sometimes when people change their diet and they go to a vegan diet, they don't supplement some of those nutrients that they're not getting from the food that they previously consumed. So there's multiple ways that we can develop alopecia, but just slapping on a generalized term or just saying it's from tension, that's not going to help you identify what's the best treatment that will be tailored towards you and the underlying reason. So that is one of the reasons why I wanted to go into launching Care First Wellness Med Spa. And I'm excited about that. My children go in to work with me. I put them to work, and I want them to emulate what they see. You can launch your business, come up with a plan, effort, and determination. Right?
Yes, effort and determination, because that's what you're doing. You're speaking about your medical practices on these panels and stuff. Do you have any panels coming up where people can watch you?
I am working on a show with a business partner, my business partner, Katrina. We are both nurse practitioners, and we are under contract, so we can't talk much about the program or the media venture that we're doing, but it's really, really exciting. And we are really putting a lot of effort, a lot of work, and we're being very purposeful because we want to, this project is very intentional and it's about representation. And so I can say that, and just welcoming larger platforms to, be open-minded and, offering us the opportunity to actually, really see this through. I think that would be very powerful.
Yeah, and it's good, especially to see us out there speaking on health and wealth and all that kind of stuff, because like you were saying earlier, Sharmaine, you know, we don't see it a lot of that in the community. So to see you speak about it, see how like intelligent you are about what you're talking about, like you know your stuff. It's good to see, and you want to get more involved.
Right. And that's what I'm here for. I'm not a taker, I'm a giver. And I think that we are all women and we're designed with a purpose. And so when you understand that you need to move with intention and you need to be a woman of purpose, that allows you to be in position to help other women. So you will be able to reach back and say, you know, you want to go into media, you want to go into modeling. These are some resources. These are some things that you can do to catapult you in that direction. So that's what it's all about.
That's our new story. Girl power, be girl power.
I was like, you know, that's what, like, I'm all about women empowerment. I really love it. And, but you know, that's something I've done my entire life. I think, now that I'm a more seasoned woman, I just had a birthday.
Happy belated. She popped out. She popped out, y'all. She gonna give you her socials in a minute, but she popped out.
Because I am a professional woman, but I like to have fun.
And as you should,
right?
You can work and plotting.
I tell people, like, do not be, like, expect the unexpected. Because I'll be jumping from an airplane, flying an airplane. Like, I take private pilot lessons.
Okay.
Yeah, so I am very adventurous.
That's good. That's good. You gotta live your life to the fullest.
Okay. Well, tell us where we can find your adventures on social media.
Yes.
You can find me at Dr. Natasha, the MP, or Dr. Natasha _ and then drnatashathenp.com to purchase my new book that is on pre-order. I'm so excited. You are so amazing. You are so amazing. Yes. I love the way we just, like, we have each other's back for real. You really. So, and I think, you know, you could pick up the phone and call me anytime. You already know that. Okay. See, I got to check in on her. But that's where you can find me. Is there any other information that would be useful?
Your website?
Yeah, so drnatashathenp.com. And I have Care First Wellness _IG. But if you go to those platforms and go into the bio, you'll be able to see my links for Linktree. And I'm easy to find.
Yes. And content is fire. Thank you for stopping in with us. You have watched another episode of BoomBox Weekly. I'm Gentel Sharrie.
And I'm the girl No, and we are out of here. Yes.